Coach Jones talked yesterday about, not being emotional about it, but it is an emotional time. How do you sort of separate what happens before the game and what happens once the ball's kicked?
Well, you just got to be focused before and, make sure you're doing all the right things before. Staying in my routine is going to keep me, not focusing on this is my last time, with Needham. So it's really something I'm not trying to think about. I'm sure after the game's over, it's going to hit me.
Does it help a little more that it's such a big game with, getting those win number 5, win number 6, adding a bowl game to it?
I think it helps. It gives a little bit more passion, especially for the last game, especially for the seniors. Not that we need any more, but it's going to be a great night. It's a senior night. I think it's Vandy's last time. It's going to be awesome.
How many relatives are you going to have in the house, Zach?
How about 6, 7, 8, something like that. Let's come to the game.
A little more than normal since it's your last one? Or?
Yeah, a little bit more than normal. That's usual, so still trying to find some more teams.
Hey, you played a lot as a freshman, and now obviously you're being led by a freshman quarterback. What are some of the characteristics that Josh has that you see out of him that makes you believe he can be successful in this league?
He shows a lot of leadership skills. He's always in our meeting rooms. Like on Sunday, came and watched film with the O-line. He's been doing that a lot lately, so that's one small thing that I see out of him that can go a long way down the road.
It's tough enough to play as a freshman. What's it say about Josh that he's leading also as a freshman?
It always shows that he can do great things. He's capable of great things in the future. He's improving his leadership skills now, so by his senior year, it's going to be unbelievable.
What's the biggest change you've seen in him this last few weeks?
I believe he's a little bit less timid. He's a little more confident in everything he's doing. That's probably the biggest change I've seen.
What about huddle command and that sort of stuff?
Talking on the line of scrimmage, taking control of the line, and things like that is really improved since the beginning of the season.
You see the confidence growing in him?
Yeah, every day. He's always talking to us, always in our meeting rooms, hanging out with us on and off the field, and things like that is improving himself.
Is it different when you got a freshman leading you as opposed to a junior like last year with Gray?
Not really. You just got to adjust to everything. So it's not really that different to me.
Vanderbilt's coach, James Franklin, he said Vanderbilt hasn't won enough in this series to call it a rivalry. Do you consider this game a rivalry this week?
I think it's always going to be a rivalry no matter what. So, both teams love to play each other, and so it's always going to be a rivalry.
What do you remember about last year's game between you guys and Vanderbilt?
Basically, things didn't go our way, but, that was Team 116, so we're focusing on this year.
Did it get a little chippy last year? Because historically, this in-state rivalry has been kind of heated.
I wouldn't say that, but, like I said, it was Team 116, so we're not really focusing on the past right now.
Nice.
You looked at me like you knew I was going to ask something.
No.
Well, I will. For you guys, how much is riding on the line in terms of your legacy as a senior? Just these last 2 games, trying to get to a bowl game, I guess. Do you guys think about that at all?
Well, basically what Coach Jones has been preaching is that we want to lead this program, the right way. Building blocks to a great program, getting to a bowl game this year. That's going to be a big step from now until years from now.
What do you tell younger guys? Dante Bissap was saying that this is a program that should be at bowl games every year. Is that something you try to instill in those younger guys?
Yeah, it's one of our program goals. It's something we preach every day. So it is something we try to instill in young guys. We try to show them and tell them about our experience a couple years ago when we went to a bowl game, how good it was to go and get those extra practices in.
When you look at Vanderbilt, obviously an experienced defensive line, is that what stands out the most? That they look like an experienced group? I guess what do you see out of them as a defensive line?
Yeah, they're all pretty experienced on defense and on offense. And the main thing I say about them is that they're just relentless in everything they do. Their motor's always going. They're great team chemistry.
How important then is it that you don't take a snap off at all?
Oh, it's very important. You never take a snap off. You never know what play can cost you the game.
At some point, when do you think it's kind of dwell on you maybe in a few years that the 4 years at Tennessee just maybe didn't quite go exactly how you wanted them to go? I know that probably when you signed with Tennessee, you never really expected to maybe only have one bowl game going into your senior year. What have you learned from all that?
Well, like you said, things don't really go your way all the time, but I wouldn't really change it for the world. I learned to know so many people and build great relationships. I wouldn't change it. I don't regret my decision at all.
What would you have if you were a high school senior and we'd asked you, then you're going to be at Tennessee the next 4 years, what are y'all going to do? What would you have thought then?
I would say we were going to have a winning record every year. I mean, that's the ideal situation. Things always happen that way.
Is it tough to get caught up in it when it starts not going that way? Because I mean, it's kind of it's happened for a little bit now, and y'all work pretty hard, but it hadn't really got until maybe this year started turning around. How frustrating has that been on a kind of weekly basis?
Well, I try not to really think about it too much. What's in the past is in the past, and you can only learn from it so long. You can't stare at the past and just look back for what you do.
Is this game at all of Vanderbilt different because the way last year's went over there? I know every game's its own game and all that, but the way that thing got out of hand in the second half, that may have been the low point of the season last year.
No, it's no different. Like we said, we don't really focus on that pass too much. We don't really think about that game too much. It was Team 116, so we're focusing on now and step back down.
So you don't even look at it for motivation.
How do you feel about the way y'all have played as a line so far this season? How would you rate y'all's performance just overall?
I feel like we played decently, but we've always said that we haven't put together our best game in the offensive line yet, so that's what we're looking to do this coming week.
What's it been like just dealing with it? I mean, ever since even before the start of the season, people were talking about this line needs to be the strength of the team. Y'all have talked about trying to be the best line in the country. What's it been like dealing with those expectations?
We really don't think about it too much. We just know we're trying to, even if they didn't say we were the best offensive line in the country, we're still trying to be that no matter what. So it doesn't really affect us at all, honestly.
I know you didn't grow up in the South, obviously, but you probably watched football and stuff. How different is it now to see that Vanderbilt is maybe not the 2-10 team or 3? Because normally for years Tennessee would play this game and it would be like a 20 or 30 point favorite or something. How different is it been kind of watching that program change?
Well, like I said, I didn't really watch it at all.
But they've been pretty competitive with y'all since you've been here, right?
Yeah. Before that, I didn't really watch it at all. But it's great to see that program making time for the best.
You've got 3 Nashville guys in this line. This game mean more to this line because of that? I mean, I imagine they heard about it when they came back when they went back to.
You may have to ask them. I'm a northern guy. We haven't talked about it yet this week. But, like I said, I'm a northern guy.
I heard your mom was saying y'all were watching film the freshman year of this line. I mean, what was that like to see how far y'all have come?
Yeah, we watched film on our freshman year game and our sophomore year game, I believe. It was crazy to see how bad we actually were. So we understand why our coach is yelling at us all the time. So it's great to see that we improved a good amount.
The strength of their defense seems to be on the backside, so opportunity for you guys maybe to get some stuff established for Dobbs and the running backs up front.
Oh yeah, they didn't have a great secondary and all experience. So we're always looking to run the ball every game.
Last question.
They're disciplined is that's kind of been their MO. They don't they got a couple of really athletic guys, maybe not a ton of them. They just seem to kind of always do what they're supposed to do and make the plays they're supposed to make. Is that something that shows up on film?
Yeah, like I said, they have great team chemistry. I think that wins them a lot of games, and they always play hard.